Hello, I'm Andreas from Almost Tech. This is like a spin-off channel, totally in English, mostly about tech. Here in rural Greece, we live with my significant other in a place called Messinia, which is in southern Greece, in the Peloponnese. A beautiful place. Weather is not so nice today, but it's perfect for walking. So let's go for a walk while we talk about stuff that I'm interested in, a bit about my past, if you're interested, why I'm doing this, and what you will see if you follow this channel. So, I'm almost 50 years old now. I hope I don't look it, even though my beard probably gives it away. I've been in tech all my life, pretty much. Since 12 years old, I had a Commodore 64. Before that, I was interested and always went to the friend that had like an Amstrad or anything like that. I was one of the first people in Greece to be involved with the internet here in Greece when it came. I even helped many because I was unique in a way that I used to have a Macintosh when I was 14, 15 years old, which is rare for Greece. It was very, very pricey then. I started with a Mac LC, if you still remember something like that, with a hard drive which was 20 megabytes. This was my first Mac. 20 megabytes is like a JPEG file now. Anyways, then as the internet came, I helped many people here in Greece to get their Macs online. Even before that, we had like bulletin board systems, which is like kind of dial-up TXT situation. That was before IRC and stuff like that, where forums were something that you connected with your modem, and it was very, very local. Then we had, before the internet, we had something called FidoNet, which you could send an email of sorts between networks all around the world. I used to have friends all over the world that we were emailing each other. And because the way it worked back then is like one country used to dial up to another, send the messages once a day, or even less rare, it could take days for your message to reach your destination, and then days for it to come back. It was like a faster kind of mail, a regular kind of mail. But it was a romantic period. Anyways, that's ancient history. Because of my involvement with the internet early, I created like a website for the first website for a movie here in Greece. It was the movie The Net with Sandra Bullock, if you remember it. It's a very old one. Was an exciting period of the internet because it was all done by hand, very difficult technical-wise to know your stuff. And of course, this led to me being involved with desktop publishing in a firm, an advertising firm here in Greece, doing networks for Mac computers. Then it was more general with the unification kind of the networks. I went into different kind of networks, bigger networks. I did theaters, major TV stations, very, very strange stuff, 3D applications when 3D capturing for live audiences and stuff like that. Playout systems for TV stations, all the TV stations in Greece and some abroad. When I was with a company called Avid, which did like complete systems for audiovisual stations and stuff like that. Playout systems as well. From there, I went to Austria and worked for a couple of years as a networks engineer. and then back to Greece as a cybersecurity engineer. So I'm telling you all that to know a bit about my background, which is like super strange, super eventful. But after all that, what I decided after COVID, which was like probably the catalyst of it, and as I was getting one out of one relationship and going into another, I found my partner had mostly the same ideas with me about how life is and what's quality of life all about. So, sold my house, made everything into kind of an investment or anything like that. I can talk to you about it if you're interested. Just let me know. Not well off, but also not going hungry anytime soon. Confident that my and hers entrepreneurial plans are gonna work out. We have lots and lots of experience between us. She was in advertising most of her years and also a bit of real estate, and I in tech all my years, but very diversified, so I could probably do anything that is needed. So I'm starting SaaS, which I mostly vibe code. Of course, if it catches up, I will certainly need people to work with me on it. But for now, it's just vibe coding. It has to do with a combination of cybersecurity and systems, something that is useful. I will talk to you about it in a separate video, pretty sure, as it comes along, of course. I already started. I think it's something that is needed and unique in its own perspective. Other than that, we are an advertising firm. We do advertising mostly for real estate. We double with real estate here in Messinia, which is a beautiful place. We haven't found our own forever home yet. We are very specific of what we need. We need peace and quiet, somewhere to work, somewhere to walk, just like here, and of course, to have this quality of life that I think everyone should aim towards. Because money is very important, of course, for living, but it doesn't bring happiness on its own. You have to be content with what you have or make it happen for you in order for it to be content, but not always setting a higher and higher goal all the time, being the mouse in the wheel, just running towards nothing. Suddenly, it came out all philosophical. I hope I didn't bore you with it. But the point of it is to give you an idea of who I am, what my target is, and of course, we'll talk about tech. I can judge pretty much any kind of tech that comes along, from AI to robots to 3D to virtual reality, augmented reality, automated systems, automations. I've done it all in my life, more or less. Web applications, so many things. So you can understand it's not a lack of experience that stops any kind of topic here. It's about mostly combining the technology that is around us, a great lot of it nowadays, changing all the time, hard to keep up probably for you as well as me, and with my own perspective, I will give you my opinion. You can agree or disagree. I respect every opinion as well. And we can discuss everything in the comments as they come along. So do visit these comments and give me your idea of what is important, of course, in life and also in tech. I'm mostly interested in automation and solar. I find solar very important for future of us as people here on Earth. I know it has its problems, but as you can see, It's getting better and better all the time. It's more affordable for the average individual and also easier to implement. And this is something that I will focus on. I live in rent right now because as I told you, I haven't found my forever home. And even so, I managed to build a system that provides me with both savings, which is not the most important thing that it provides, but also power redundancy. Because as you can understand, in rural Greece, you have power cuts, brownouts, everything in the kitchen menu. So it becomes very important if your job is online. Maybe you're a digital nomad, maybe you're also a remote worker or a person living in anywhere rural or anywhere that is not like a big city where everything is taken for granted and you can just call somebody and he's there in like 5 seconds. Here, if you have like a technical problem, you can expect days before somebody comes. And so you are your own tech support, so to say. Very different. So I will give you my information. I will give you what I do. And I hope it's interesting for you as well. And it applies to what you do every day and what we can improve together. If you tell me any kind of problem that you have here in the comments, I can surely assist or give you an honest opinion on what you're planning, on how good or bad your idea sounds. Please accept that I could be judgmental, not not to put you down or make you feel bad about your decisions, but sometimes we are excited or a victim of marketing, and we don't look at the bigger picture, which is I want to do X. What is the most efficient way to do it? Sometimes it pays to overdo it, and sometimes it doesn't. So just tell me what you're planning, and I will surely be interested in to assist with your plans. I also have a video that is about solar. I do show you what my installation looks like, which is like a bunch of panels thrown out in the garden, supported by anything that I could find. Because as I said, it's a rental, so no permanent installations, nothing that is permanently connected and doesn't move, and of course, nothing too pricey, because I could be forced to remove it, or I could be needing to move it myself into a, hopefully, permanent residence. And then the plans will change. I have big plans for what I'm going to do. You'll be here to probably watch it when the time comes. Until then, I hope this is interesting. I hope my life so far gives you an idea of what we're going to talk about and what's important or not. And to see you on the next one. Until then, I'm Andreas from Almost Tech, here from rural Greece in the Peloponnese, telling you thank you very much for watching and see you on the next one. Bye.